Okay, Coach, we are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Prescott getting this into the hands of Turner. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And a Cowboy first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Shit. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jakeem Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On first down, Lawton, and he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's where they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. He's got Mason complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 13. We'll go 47. Begin.
Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. 55. Hey, eat. You don't want. Here we go. 46. Check 55. Come on. Check 55.
Prescott from the gun on third. And that will be incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
And that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Here we go.
Their own 14-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Switch. Hatch it. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 37. Slam.
Now a give, right side. Lawton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the ball. He's coming. Check.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
On the set, 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Any weapon. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Right there. 54. Right there.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line.
Coming to you. Tighten up.
First and 10 at the 22.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. This is Coleman. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Safety's creeping. Hey, watch it, watch it.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Able to find Turner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
First down, Dallas.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go, Steve. All day, defense, all day. Go to 54. That's got to be a
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw is Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Prescott now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Oh, Prescott stripped. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Check right, check right. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. He runs. Mike's 54.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Let's go. Check 24, check 24.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
To number 20. Out of bounds at the 50-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Go.
They'll drop the throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lawton. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Lawton. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Third and long for Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they work this out past the 25. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. On 2nd and 15 now. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Hey, kill.
Prescott from the gun. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
It's fielded at the 45. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They'll try the left side. Lawton. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Banjo.
On second down, Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Elliott on first down, got to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott try to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They'll run on first down. Lawton. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch the boot.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lawton, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Down. Hey, come on. Mike's by forward. Watch the run. Watch the run. Okay.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Lawton. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. They're running it. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Hey, check 24, check 24.
They'll run on first down. Lawton, and he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Jack Rabbit. Jack Rabbit. Mike 51. Mike 51. I hope you brought your lunch, because I'm about to take you to school. No. Off.
2nd and 3. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
50 the money. 50 the money. I'm going to run you over. Run you over.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Elliott. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Prescott to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
On 1st down, Lawton. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Lawton.
Here we go. Let's go, baby.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Buffalo, they inch closer to respectability now at 3 and 6 on the year, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5 and 4 on the season, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next.